Traditional academic degrees aren't for everyone, so how do you deliver high-level skills? For some people, particularly those from families where getting qualifications isn't the norm, a traditional degree isn't an option. The prospect of years of classroom study and debt is a real turn-off. Well, that means that in many cases, the high-paying jobs that are open to graduates are closed to those people. It also means that businesses are missing out on recruiting people with real potential. Well, some universities are breaking the mould and are thinking about how to encourage their students into the workplace. Staffordshire University puts the business community at the heart of the education that they're providing and encourages students to expand their horizons. We went to take a lesson in how they do it.
Being able to earn and learn is a major attraction, understandably. There's been a lot of focus on the cost of higher education and the shift that's happened of the cost being borne by individuals, and that will deter, quite understandably, a lot of students, particularly the type of students that come to Staffordshire University who might be the first in their family ever to study. So the opportunity to combine studying for a degree with learning on the job, what's not to like about that?
Working and learning at the same time suits me. I went to university to do a teaching degree for a while, but I didn't get on with the environment of like traditional students. Like sat in a lecture theatre of 200 people didn't suit me, where the working environment that we get here suits me quite well because it's what I'm used to.
So our partnership with the NHS has been developed over many years through our full-time undergraduate awards, and that's really been the key to developing the apprenticeship route even further, because we have close links both with students going out on clinical placement and through just finding out what's new, what's the upcoming employer need. And we've been able to use those to tailor our course to their requirements. We've been able to find out what their demand is for a workforce, both now and for the future. And that's been instrumental really in shaping the whole way we deliver that education for that need.
Because we had a gap in our ability really, and a glass ceiling effectively for a group of lab assistants, by working with the university we set up something that absolutely met our needs as an employer. So we could set it up together. It then mirrors the lab assistants' natural progression through the lab and their workload as well.
There are two routes that the demand is coming from. The first route is around employers not being able to fully fill their skills gaps with the readily available graduates. So they need to look at their current workforce and develop them, and also look at how they can develop their own talent as well as recruiting graduates. And secondly, the government has implemented an apprenticeship levy, a tax in effect, which is only available to spend on apprenticeships.
I think the other key shift is to recognise that you need different ways in which you can obtain a degree. For some students, for many students, it will still be to study full-time, but for others it will be a part-time way of studying, and in a sense apprenticeships are now offering that part-time route of combining work, getting those rich opportunities of experience in the workplace, but also be able to develop learning as part of a university community.
The group that we've got at the moment that are doing the qualification actually from all sorts of different aspects, different levels of training within the lab and different roles in the lab and different disciplines. And they would not have had that route in. They wouldn't have been able to become a biomedical scientist without an apprenticeship scheme. That's opened a door to them that just wasn't available before.
The way my boss sees it is honestly, we're seeds. We're developing within their business, and we will continue to grow, and we'll learn how to do the job, and we'll be able to continue that work even after the apprenticeship. So in my point of view, being part of that is that you can continue to grow within the business. The business gets what they want. They get good quality employees that know what they're doing and also have a degree to back it up. And we also get to know what we're doing and get a degree at the back of it, so everyone wins really.
I think there's a communication and awareness raising piece that the government need to engage in terms of encouraging young people, parents and teachers to understand the value that apprenticeships can add to the workforce, and that it is an equivalent route to an academic route through university. This is not an either or, it's not an apprenticeship or a degree, it is both. And provides a really strong opportunity to work towards employment. And the pay is not low, the pay is equivalent to a trainee role in an organisation at that level. And if you are a member of a current workforce and are you developing yourself through an apprenticeship, your pay doesn't change.
I think also recognising that people will have multiple careers. They won't be in the job that they first go into, they will be perhaps having a number of different roles, and obtaining a degree is not just the certificate at the end of it, but the experience of learning builds social capital, it gives people's networks as well as a range of skills.
I absolutely think it's the way forward. No longer can you disconnect work experience and academic learning. It's absolutely integrated, it's inextricably linked, and students really need to have those employability skills embedded into their curriculum journey.